After we finished making the thriller, we decided that our film shows particular social groups, and one way in which it shows it is through the character. And the way he's dressed is just like a regular 18-year-old, how you'd expect him to normally dress. He doesn't look really extravagant, which is quite a good thing, because it shows that, you know, the similarity between our target audience and what he should and he should suit that really. And his social class, obviously, he just looks like his normal working class lad, just from a normal area. Obviously, here we can see in comparison to, you know, where he lives, what his house is like compared to, say, the killer in American Psycho. In American Psycho, it's like very extravagant, very, very, very posh looking and expensive, which is quite diverse compared to what our character has, which is like a regular normal suburb house, and not really what you'd expect. And we wanted to do that because it just tells people that even though in these films it shows people, you know, have a lot of money and they can really, you know, be serial killers because they have the resources available to them, really it just shows you that we do have people like this in the society and they shouldn't be taken for granted. Here we're just showing different aspects of age, really, because most thrillers like American Psycho, which is in your top right hand corner, and the bottom right hand corner, which is John Doe from Seven, the killers are predominantly middle-aged men who are very well educated and, you know, have a lot of money. And here on the left is our character on both shots at the top and the bottom, and you can see that he's quite young. He suits his age. He's 18, and, you know, it's more really to do with the shock factor than anything, because we wanted him to look a lot younger, so that it brings out a bit of the shock factor to the film, and doesn't really make it copying any other film. It just makes it quite original for his age. Here I was just showing that normally in thrillers, the murderer always has something that makes him stand out in society a little bit more. So in the top two shots we can see the killer from American Psycho, and he's a very wealthy businessman, and he stands out just because of how he dresses, very, very well kept person, but obviously he's a killer. And in the bottom we have the killer from the Da Vinci Code, and he's a monk, so obviously he'd stand out in society, but we wanted ours to fit in so that it makes it slightly more scary, because you could see him and you don't really know who he is. The next slide, we had the use of a girl. We wanted a young girl because we wanted her to be roughly the same age as the killer in our thriller, but we also wanted that to fit into the story, which was, you know, she goes to school with him. And as you can see, we've edited it to make it look like she's in black and white, but the rest of her surroundings are in colour, and that was to just really make her seem very dull, very normal girl like him from the suburbs. But she's kind of cut off from the rest of the world because obviously she's about to get killed, as you can see in the thriller. The next slide just shows what happens when we use the corpse of the girl. We show the difference. This time the entire screen's black and white, which means that now her surroundings have finally dulled with her, and she finally fits in now because she's died and she's no longer alive on the earth. And, you know, we wanted to use the blood very graphically just to make it stand out a little bit more. But the social group I think that we've tried to connect with more was definitely the working class, and that was just more for the shock factor, because most thrillers base it around business class, higher class people, you know, secret societies and things, and we wanted to just like make it normal, make it more shocking, and maybe probably more believable. And that was the last slide.